Welcome, everyone. Let's dive deep into the idea that humanity is at a crossroads, where our very vibrational states are creating a cosmic divide.
Yeah, right. It's like we're on the brink of an evolution where our physical, mental, and energetic forms are starting to split. How does that even work?
Well, it's a bit like when you have a prism splitting light into colors. Only here, the light is our collective consciousness, splitting into different frequencies.
Yeah. So we're talking about a vibrational splitting that essentially divides us based on our energetic readiness for what's coming next?
Exactly. There's this framework that suggests that as global pressures increase and reality itself feels fractured, people begin unwittingly choosing their vibrational paths through thoughts, actions, and even spiritual
Right.
awareness.
That's fascinating. And it seems that those who resonate with higher frequencies are stepping into a totally transformed experience of reality.
Absolutely. What's really compelling here is the notion that our bodies are not just physical, but they're evolving on a cellular level too. You know, through processes like DNA activation and energy conductivity
Yeah.
shifts.
So it's like our bodies are preparing to be mystical vehicles for a higher state of being.
Yes, exactly. Think of the physical body as a kind of energy conductor. If it's purified through meditation, conscious eating, and energy work, it can handle higher frequencies. Kind of like tuning an instrument before a performance.
Right. That analogy really resonates. But what about the signs? How do we know if we're already tuned into that higher frequency?
Great point. There are a few clear markers. For instance, heightened sensitivity, like noticing shifts in emotional currents or energy fields that
Yeah,
others might
exactly.
miss.
And I guess it goes further with expanded perception, where some people can see multiple layers of reality at once.
Right on. It's like experiencing time as fluid, sometimes even feeling like time slows down or speeds up during meditation or just everyday moments.
Yeah, that actually sounds a bit surreal. And these experiences indicate that the individual is vibrationally prepared for ascension.
Precisely. There's a whole checklist. Disinterest in low vibrational activities, physical symptoms like unexplained fatigue, or even ringing in the ears, all reinterpreted as signs of the body's realignment to higher frequencies.
Right. Now, here's where I have a question. Some might say that these symptoms are just typical health issues, not necessarily cosmic upgrades. What do you think?
That's a fair critique. But
Yeah,
proponents argue that while conventional medicine labels these as stress or deficiency, they could equally be interpreted as the body's natural recalibration. These aren't malfunctions, but recalibrations to support a more refined energy state.
interesting. So, what we're seeing then could be a natural process rather than a pathology.
Exactly. And this whole process ties into a larger theory, the frequency spectrum of humanity. We have different groups ranging from those deeply anchored in material density to those already exhibiting signs of multidimensional consciousness.
Right. Sort of like a spectrum where some folks are already way showers or forerunners, experiencing a new dimension of reality, while others are still more grounded in our current state.
Yes, exactly. And as the vibrational gap widens, communication breakdowns occur, relations, even entire communities begin to fracture because their realities are, shaped by their frequency.
That's a pretty radical flip from our usual political or social explanations for division, isn't it?
It is, and that's what makes it so intriguing. The idea is that what we often see as political polarization could, in fact, be manifestations of a deeper cosmic process.
Yeah. So, are you saying that our societal structures, the institutions and systems, might be destabilizing because they are not equipped for this vibrational realignment?
Exactly. As different parts of humanity operate on varying frequencies, systems designed for a unified single reality experience start to crumble. It's a kind of natural dissolution catalyzed by cosmic evolution.
Right. And there's also the idea of timeline shifts and reality bubbles, right? Where groups begin to experience distinct versions of reality.
Yes, spot on. Over time, as our collective experiences diverge, we might see what some refer to as reality bubbles, a phenomenon where different groups live in increasingly distinct experiential
Yeah,
realities.
it's almost like living in parallel universes within the same world. That certainly challenges a lot of our conventional thinking.
Definitely, and it even extends into how we understand time. For those tuned into higher dimensions, time might appear nonlinear or simultaneous.
That's mind-blowing. And what about the emotional side of this? I imagine that such intense shifts aren't just physical, they hit us emotionally too.
Absolutely, and that's where the emotional purification process comes in. Deep-seated traumas and limiting beliefs bubble up, not as regressions, but as necessary purgings.
Right. Kind of like clearing out old files to make room for new, higher level software in your mind.
Exactly. It's an alchemical transmutation, turning dense emotional energy into something more refined. Each emotional challenge overcome is like
Yeah,
upgrading your
mm-hmm.
vibrational capacity.
So, in a way, every hardship or emotional turmoil could be reinterpreted as a stepping stone toward higher consciousness.
Right, and that includes the difficult process of navigating relationships. Family dynamics, friendships, even romantic partnerships are all tested as vibrational differences become more evident.
It must be so challenging when, say, a long standing relationship starts to feel fundamentally out of sync because one person is evolving faster vibrationally than the other.
Exactly, and this isn't about blame. It's about recognizing that as each of us follows our soul's path, some relationships naturally need to transform or recalibrate.
Yeah, right. That's a tough pill to swallow for many, given our society's emphasis on unity and sameness.
True, and this is where ethical considerations come into play. There's a risk of spiritual elitism where those on the higher frequency might feel superior. But ideally, it's about compassion, helping others along their journey while respecting free will.
Yeah, that's important. Speaking of ethics, it's interesting how belief systems play such a huge role. They act like filters that either allow us to see these higher dimensions or keep us tethered to lower vibrational frequencies, right?
Right? Belief systems are like permission structures. By clinging too tightly to outdated or rigid views, people can block their own capacity for
Yeah, exactly.
experiencing multidimensional reality.
And that feeds back into the idea that our very experiences of current events might be influenced by these underlying vibrational differences.
Yes, and it's not just theoretical. Even events in technology, climate fluctuations, and global instability might be seen as reflections of this vibrational split.
It's almost like the universe is sending a message that the old ways of doing things just won't cut it once these higher dimensions become fully manifest.
Exactly. While some embrace the new multidimensional consciousness, others might remain in a more dense material state. In fact, this divergence even suggests that Earth itself could split into like parallel versions based on frequency.
Right. That's profound. So, what can someone do if they want to prepare, if they sense that they're meant to move toward that higher frequency?
They can work on preparing their light body through practices like mindful meditation, sound healing, conscious breathing, and even choosing higher vibration foods. All these practices help to activate the dormant potentials within our DNA and energy systems.
Absolutely. And I guess maintaining personal stability is crucial too. Grounding practices, energy protection, setting boundaries, all the stuff that keeps us balanced during these shifts.
Right on. It's about developing mental discipline, resonating with communities on similar paths, and learning to witness your emotions without judgment. That creates a strong foundation for spatially navigating these
Yeah,
vibrational landscapes.
all in all, it's a call for both personal evolution and a broader cosmic responsibility, embracing our roles as frequency anchors or bridges, perhaps even way showers for others.
Exactly. Every individual has a pre-birth agreement, a cosmic contract, if you will, to participate in this evolutionary drama. And the journey, while challenging, is also profoundly transformative.
Right. I really appreciate how this perspective invites us to view not just personal hardships or societal turmoil, but as part of a grand cosmic evolution. It's both inspiring and humbling.
Indeed it is, and as we continue to see shifts in technology, environmental events, and our collective consciousness, the vibrational splitting may just be the framework to understand the chaos and the beauty that lie ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for the enlightening discussion. It's definitely given me a new lens to view both personal growth and global events.
Absolutely, and remember, it's a journey of awakening, both inward and outward. Stay curious, keep raising your frequency, and embrace your role in this cosmic
Right.
evolution.
All right, folks, that's a wrap for now. Keep exploring those vibrational paths and stay in tune with the higher frequencies.